right, good afternoon. Oh, oh, that's weird. Okay, that worked. Not used to a bell. All right, good afternoon and welcome. Thank you all for being here today. I am Kara Lassiter, the President and CEO of the MDC Chamber of Commerce, and it's truly an honor to be here today. We are gathered here to celebrate the academic achievements of our community's best and brightest through the Milledgeville-Baldwin County STAR program. I want to express our sincere gratitude to the Kiwanis Club, the Milledgeville Exchange Club, and the Rotary Club of Milledgeville for the unwavering support and significant contributions to the commendable cause. It is through these collaborative efforts like these that we can truly make a difference in recognizing and nurturing the outstanding talents within our community. Additionally, a special thank you goes out to our Chamber's Keystone investors. Their continued support is the backbone of our programs, enabling us to acknowledge the remarkable accomplishments of our local students in the classroom. As we begin our celebration today, let us not only applaud the achievements of our STAR students, of course, but also acknowledge the dedication and the commitment of their teachers who have played an integral role in shaping their success. At this time, I would like to now invite Jeff Wells from the Milledgeville Exchange Club and also Jennifer Pollard, past president of the Rotary Club, to come up here. Jeff will lead us in prayer, and then Jennifer will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for such a beautiful day to celebrate this event. We ask all of your blessings upon these young people and their teachers, the faculty who have nurtured them, and we thank you for their lives and what they mean to this community and to their families. Lord, we thank you for the Professional Association of Georgia Educators and the Milledgeville-Baldwin Chamber of Commerce for putting together this event. Our sponsors today who are so filled with community volunteers and those who have a heart not only for education and educators, but also the thriving of those organizations and schools in this community and what they mean to us here in Lake Country. Lord, we thank you for all the blessings of life, and we ask that you be with those who are suffering at this time and those who are shut in the harsh winter seasons, those who are in harm's way. And we'll be so careful to give you the honor, praise, and glory for all that is done. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen.
So please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank y'all. All right. The Milledgeville-Baldwin County Chamber takes great pride in upholding the tradition of fostering, acknowledging our emerging business and community leaders, while also paying tribute to the dedicated educators who have played a pivotal role in nurturing those exceptional scholars. For 38 years, we have had the honor of being the presenting organization for the local STAR Student Teacher Awards program. We firmly believe that excellence in education is a cornerstone of economic vitality within any community. In today's global landscape, where the competition for talent is more challenging than ever, there is no better time than the present to invest in the development and recognition of outstanding individuals. Across every industry and trade, both locally and globally, employers are struggling with the same question. How can we attract, train, and retain our exceptionally skilled workforce? The jobs of tomorrow require not only intellect and strong work ethic, but also initiative, tenacity, and adaptability. These traits are clearly characteristics of the three outstanding students we are here to recognize today: Baldwin High School student Alexander Bakken, GMC Prep William Steinfeld, and John Milledge Academy Jenna Clark. I would now like to ask Jennifer Greer, the Chamber's Membership and Events Manager, to come forward and share a little bit about the STAR program and introduce today's speaker.
The STAR program, officially known as the Student Teacher Achievement Recognition Program, is designed to acknowledge Georgia's exceptional high school seniors and the educators who have played a pivotal role in their academic growth. In 1994, the Professional Association of Georgia Educators Foundation was chosen by the Georgia Chamber of Commerce to coordinate the state STAR program in collaboration with the Chamber and the Georgia Department of Education. Every accredited high school in Georgia is eligible to take part in the STAR program. To qualify for the STAR nomination, high school seniors must achieve the highest score on a single SAT test date and rank within the top 10% or top 10 students of their class based on grade point average. Each designated STAR student in a high school is tasked with identifying their STAR teacher. These STAR students then compete for titles within their county school system, and system level winners move on to compete for regional honors in the 12 STAR regions. The victors at the regional level, along with their STAR teachers, are invited to Atlanta to contend for the coveted state STAR scholarships and awards. At the local level, STAR students and STAR teachers receive recognition from their schools and are celebrated by over 170 civic organizations and businesses that act as local sponsors for the STAR program. The primary objective of the STAR program is to foster a connection between educators and the business and civic community to celebrate academic success. The Milledgeville-Baldwin County Chamber of Commerce proudly serves as a sponsoring organization, collaborating with our local exchange, Kiwanis, and Rotary clubs to honor STAR students from Baldwin High School, Georgia Military College Preparatory School, and John Milledge Academy. The ultimate system winner for Baldwin County is then chosen and has the opportunity to progress to the regional and state levels of the competition. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon, Mr. Joel Burns. Born in Atlanta, Georgia, Joel D. Burns grew up attending public schools in DeKalb County, Georgia, and Fairfax County, Virginia. In 1969, he graduated from George C. Marshall High School, embarking on his academic journey at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, where he earned a BA with honors in history in 1973. Following this, he achieved a JD degree cum laude from the University of Georgia in 1976. Joel dedicated 43 years to practice of law in Milledgeville, initially alongside the esteemed G. Lee Dickens Jr., and later establishing his own firm, Burns & Burns PC, which he successfully ran until his retirement in 2019, culminating in the firm's closure in 2021. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Joel takes pride in being the father of 4 adult children, one of whom has followed in his legal footsteps as an attorney in Watkinsville, Georgia. Throughout his career, Joel actively contributed to his community, serving twice as the president of the Baldwin County Bar Association, and played a pivotal role in being one of the founders of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Baldwin and Jones counties. Additionally, he held various offices within Kiwanis International, including 2 terms as president of Kiwanis Club of Milledgeville. Please help me welcome Mr. Joel Burns.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Hello, everyone. I am Joel Burns, and it's my honor to be president of the Milledgeville Kiwanis Club this year. Milledgeville Kiwanis is one of the co-sponsors of the STAR student event, and our club has served this community for over 103 years. Kiwanis International's motto is serving the children of the world. We consider the STAR student recognition as one of the best ways we can serve children in our community. Each of these STAR students from the local high schools are truly amazing scholars and represent the best of our youth. All of them have demonstrated the ability and personal drive to succeed at anything they choose to pursue. We hope that as they proceed into their future education and careers, that they will also choose to find opportunities to serve others. Leaders such as these young people have the potential to make our community, state, and country a better place. I know they can be role models for others and help find solutions to real-world problems that we cannot yet perceive. In doing this, they will need to change and adapt to new situations all the time. After I graduated from the University of Georgia Law School, I practiced law for 43 years. And as you can imagine, the tools and methods by which I do my job changed constantly. When I graduated, the only way to find the applicable law on an issue was to look it up in a book. By the time I retired, it was available on my smartphone. The most important thing my education taught me was how to learn and apply new information. I am sure that change will be the one constant that each of you will face. I encourage you to keep your mind open and learn every day.
Thank you, Mr. Burns, for those words. And now we get the part of the hearing from the students. So what we'll do, we'll start with, of course, Baldwin High School, then we'll go to GMC Preparatory, and then John Milledge Academy, so alphabetical order. And so first up, we have Baldwin High School Principal, Mr. Jason Flanders.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure today to talk to you about Alex Bachman. Been with Alex now for 3 years. He is one of the most impressive young men I've ever had a chance to work with. He's here today with his mom, Carrie, and one of the things that about his mom, she's a creative writing professor at Georgia College and State University. But I also found out that his dad is a professor as well of poetry. So he's got English running through his family history and English proficiency. And we'll talk about that as we go on a little bit further with Alex. His sister's also about to graduate college right now. So she'll be graduating at the same time that Alex is graduating. And so that's going to sure be a great time in his family. Alex is very, he's got a well thought out perspective on things. And in talking with him, part of this process, I found out a large part of the reason is because of his experiences abroad. He was born in Pennsylvania. He didn't come to Georgia until he started high school. But he spent a lot of time outside the country. He was telling about a time he spent 3 months in Romania. And he says he's probably lived 1.5 to 2 years in Greece because he's taken several long trips over to Greece to see some family members. So he's definitely got a unique perspective that he brings to things. And, his love of the arts, if you spend any time around him, you'll know that. When he first came to our school, he got in our theater program. First time I got to see him in action was he was in the play Godspell that we put on a musical. And he played the role of Judas. And he did a very strong job with that. Very, very gifted actor. And then later he played Johnny in the zombie punk. So you can see a little bit of the diversity in his roles that he was able to play. He's actually started his own music band, Shelter in the Shade. And it's a band with other Baldwin High School students. So they're in there. And so, I kind of asked him, I said, so what exactly is your role? I know you play the guitar and I know you can sing really well. He said, well, I do that. He said, but I also write our songs. And I said, do you write just the lyrics or the music? He said, both. So I write all of it. Just super talented. And I think he's on his second album now with the band. So, a lot of folks, when they play in a band, they cover other songs when they're getting started, but he's out playing his original music. So it's very impressive. He also likes to go outside, and Tom, you'll like this. He likes to hike and mountain bike. So avid outdoors person, loves to be around nature. He also plays soccer at the school, and he enjoys writing. We had a poetry slam at the school last week, and Alex won the poetry slam, got a tablet, but he also writes fiction work as well. So it's not just poetry, he writes full fiction, which I imagine is very difficult to do. And probably the most exciting thing he came to when he told me what his dream school was and he wanted to get in. And so I wrote his letter for him, and he notified me later on that he did get into Dartmouth College. So he'll be attending Dartmouth and Ivy League this fall. We're super excited for Alex and everything he's been able to accomplish. So it's my pleasure now to present to you Alex Bachman.
I just want to start by thanking Mr. Flanders for that introduction, thanking my mom, thanking my dad. He's all the way in Pennsylvania right now. But also, of course, thanking Miss Thompson. I'll start by saying when I first met Miss Thompson, it was my 11th grade year. Probably didn't take school as seriously as I should have. And my classmates were with me. A lot of them, it was an American Lit class that we had. A lot of them were not interested in American Lit. They were not really interested in learning it. Miss Thompson quickly proved why we needed to learn that. I'll say this, she's a fantastic teacher. Her learning style, it's great. You really just absorb everything she says. She has these discussion-based classes that promote free thinking and kindness, but above all else, the individual. As an American Lit professor, she teaches subjects like Thoreau and Emerson. These were writers who were deeply committed to the individual. And just like these writers, Miss Thompson has shown me how to be that individual. She's taught me to be an individual in everything that I do. Lead with myself. When I met her, I was at a point in my life where it felt like nobody really believed in me like I believed in me. Nobody thought I had the capacity to accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish. Miss Thompson did believe in me. She was a teacher, she was a mentor, but above all else, she was a facilitator. She facilitated a learning environment where I didn't feel afraid to speak for the things that I felt. I didn't feel afraid to learn, to be who I am. And so for that, I thank you, Miss Thompson.
So I usually don't prepare ahead of time because inevitably Mr. Flanders will steal my thunder and say everything that I had planned to say. So I just kind of wing it when I get up here. But Alex talked a lot about our class. And while I appreciate everything he said, I don't want him to underplay his role in that. Right? He's super smart. We would not be here otherwise. Mr. Flanders has told you how talented he is. Quite possibly the most gifted writer I have ever taught. But above all these things, he is a good person. He is kind. He said a lot of the kids maybe weren't real interested in American Lit. You had a diverse group in there. Different levels of ability, different levels of motivation, different interests. And there were some kids in there that were a lot like Alex, and there were some kids who were not. And as far as just background and what they're into, and you know, the kids you would expect him to hang out with and the kids you would expect him not to hang out with. But when you came into that classroom, you couldn't tell which group was which. Like Alex was someone that no matter who he was sitting next to or what group he was put in, he was going to treat everybody in that room like they were his friend. And there are a lot of ways to like measure success, you know, intelligence, yes, talent, yes. But to be a good person, that's going to ensure your own personal happiness. And to me, happiness is the gauge of success. And I feel like it's just a perfect storm for Alex. He's got the intelligence, he's got the talent, and most importantly, he's got that interpersonal connection with people that is going to really take him far. And I'm really excited to see where he goes from here. Thank you for it. It brings everybody up in the class when you have someone like Alex. Like it makes students comfortable asking questions and taking risks. And I don't think I could have done the job that I did had you not been there. So thank you.
Congratulations again, Alex and Ms. Thompson, and good luck at Dartmouth next year. And then also note that all three of our star teachers are actually won last year as well. So that just shows you how good these star teachers really are and how much of an impact they make on their students' lives. So really hands to all the star teachers here. Y'all all are really doing great work with these students. So next up, we have Colonel Amy Lee with GMC Prep.
Good afternoon. This is always one of my favorite things to do when we get to celebrate students, and it's even better when we get to celebrate all of the students from the whole county. So to the chamber, thank you very much for recognizing these students. The Rotary Club, thank you for hosting us. And to William's parents, thank you for allowing us to spend as much time as we have gotten to spend with him. So we do appreciate all that you've done and all the support that you've given us and to William. But most importantly, I'm here to talk about William. So today we are here to celebrate your academic excellence, William, but also your humble brilliance. William Penn once said, "Sense shines with a double luster when it is set in humility. An able and yet humble man is a jewel worth a kingdom." When I read that quote, I felt like it exemplified you to a T. To me, what truly sets students apart is when they have a good attitude about the goals that they are achieving. And we today are honoring a brilliant mind, but also a person who understands kindness and empathy. It's said that humility is not thinking less of oneself, but thinking of oneself less. And that actually sums you up, William. I could stand here all day and I could talk about your many awards, and I'm sure that all of our star students have similar resumes. We could talk about your academic excellence. We could talk about National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, Georgia Certificate of Merit, Student Honor Council President, Honor Society Marching Band, State One Act Champion, and those are just to name a few, and I could go on and on for days. But those accolades do not equal your true character. In a world that often, I don't know, we value individual achievement above all else, William has shown over his lifetime that brilliance, the true brilliance, is collaborative. You understand that working as a part of a team, helping friends in times of need, studying until everyone understands, or not leaving anyone behind is more important than your individual gains. In both William's ability and his kindness, those are the attributes that truly make you shine. Congratulations for setting the example for all people. I know that your future is bright. We may see you at Tech. We may see him somewhere else, but we're leaning towards Tech right now. But I do know that no matter where you go, that your journey is going to inspire others. So congratulations.
Well, thank you for that amazing introduction, Colonel Lee. Good afternoon. First, I'd like to say thank you to members of PAGE, the Milledgeville-Baldwin County Chamber of Commerce, the Exchange Club and the Rotary Club and the Kiwanis Club for sponsoring and organizing this event. I'm so honored to be recognized today, and I appreciate all the work you guys have done to put together this amazing ceremony. I'd also like to thank my parents, because without their support, I really would not be standing here today, so thank you. And finally, I'd like to say thank you to the leadership of GMC Prep for being here, our General William B. Caldwell IV, our Principal Colonel Amy Lee, our Counselor Major Rachel Turner, and of course, my star teacher, Major Alicia Roshan. Of all the teachers I've had throughout my education, Major Roshan has truly impacted me in a way that no other instructor has. She's also challenged me more than any other instructor has. Even before coming into her Algebra 2 class in 10th grade, I'd heard from more than a few students that it wasn't just going to be easy, and it certainly wasn't. I had to step out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I ended up getting my calculator taken the first week of class. But over the course of 3 years and 4 math classes with her, she's helped me grow so much as a student and as a person, and for that, I'm so grateful. Major Roshan is truly dedicated to her students beyond just academics. She encourages us in all the extracurricular activities we take on, and she does everything that she can to best prepare us for our college careers and our lives afterward. She challenges us not just to memorize the formulas we study in class, but to consider how those concepts the concepts that we cover apply to the real world, because she knows how important critical thinking will be in our futures. Thanks to Major Roshan, I'm not worried about being unprepared as I approach graduation and college gets closer and closer. As of now, I'm planning on attending Georgia Tech in the fall, where I'll study biomedical engineering. Thank you, Major Roshan, for your guidance and support and for preparing me for all that lies ahead. I'm confident, thanks to you, that the lessons you've taught me have given me a solid foundation for all my future endeavors. Thank you so much, and please welcome Major Alicia Roshan.
Usually stand next to me. I had to write this one down. Thank you, William, for choosing me as your star teacher, but I'm here to celebrate you. As I was memory surfing for what to include in my speech for William, I got a little nervous. There was so much to choose from. I was worried I would leave out something memorable, something wonderful, something everybody ought to hear about William Steinfeld. To begin, I would like to share a story about William from his 10th grade year. I was beginning a new lesson. He's smiling. He knows what I'm about to say. As a warm-up activity, on the board were 3 points. I asked the class if they could come up with an equation to connect those 3 points. Think of it as if you had 3 errands to run and you want the best route to get there, to make sure you have all your errands covered. The next few minutes were something I had never imagined I would witness. William, along with his 2 friends, problem solved in a way I have never seen before. It was a concept they had never seen. They had not learned it yet. I had these elaborate plans on how to get my students to critically think about this problem, but between the 3 of them, they completed each other's thoughts, sentences, and solved it within minutes, without pencil, paper, or calculator. They just talked it out. This was the year after COVID, and they were able to do this. I was spellbound and in awe of their ability and teamwork. It was almost like watching a ping pong tournament, but with problem solving. And I wanted to experience that repeatedly. Thankfully, I've had these students for their subsequent high school years and have had the pleasure of seeing it unfold occasionally. The other 2 students were Brian Sherwood and Alexander Bakken, who is sitting right here, star student of Baldwin. You don't remember? I do. William, I'm extremely proud of you in your successes and your failures. Whether you are participating in a 14-hour open-ended math modeling competition or trying to get your score up for trash spitball. He's terrible at it. Or pranking me during Spirit Week with cinnamon rolls. You heard that right. While teachers got toilet paper rolled, William and his friends were kind enough to get in touch with my husband and ask for permission to show up at 6 in the morning with breakfast for everyone. It was quite a spread. We had cinnamon rolls, donuts, coffee, orange juice. My dining room has never been that full. I would put William in the top 5% of all students I've ever taught. His brother Ethan is also a student of the same caliber. Dr. and Mrs. Steinfeld, your boys are amazing people. You should have had more kids. William is kind, respectful, extremely intelligent, observant, and all in all, a very decent human being. Our students write character word of the week essays, and chosen ones are printed in the Union Recorder every week. I would like to read an excerpt from an essay a friend of his wrote. The character word that week was decency, and his friend mentions William. She writes, as a young girl of color, I have met people who do not value my background or disrespect me. These moments in my life where people undervalued me has helped me understand how much simple decency means in a relationship between 2 people. To me, someone that perfectly embodies decency is my friend William. Something I noticed is that he's incredibly thoughtful of the people around him. It may not be obvious, but he has always attempted to create a safe and comfortable environment for every person he comes across. Decency is not limited to the consideration and respect for others. To truly exemplify decency, one should not conform to the expectations and standards of others at the expense of one's own feelings. It has become evident to me that William is a person who knows exactly who he is and what he wants. Even if it makes the other person upset, he never forces himself to conform to their ideas and expectations if it makes him feel undervalued or unappreciated. He makes sure to voice his opinions and concerns and encourages others as well to ensure that both ends of the relationship receive the same respect. I always make sure to treat people with the same amount of appreciation and respect that I want to be treated with, just like my friend William. These words from a classmate show the impact William has had on his peers and everyone he meets. Since I have mentioned his friend, it would be incomplete to tell you about William without telling you about the class he's in. Since COVID, my schedules have changed a few times, and somehow this group ended up with me every single year. I've had this group since their 9th grade year. Now, this could have gone in either direction. We could have made each other miserable. But this class has turned out in a way I would have never imagined. They give me confidence to try new methods, ideas, and teach me how to become a better teacher. They are a diverse set of students from different socioeconomic backgrounds, religions, cultures, interests, extracurriculars, all packed into a group of 16. Besides learning math, our small conversations typically have us get into fits of giggles and laughter that brings tears to our eyes. I've seen them perform leading roles on stage, do theater lifts, score winning state goals, dance ballet, complete obstacle courses in record time in their Raider competitions, dress up as aliens to cheer on their favorite football player, who is also one of the 16. Comfort and calm each other, poke fun at each other, come together for support, help each other, explain and justify problems, include everyone, come apart, and build back together for the closeness that has persevered these 4 years. It is just an amazing class. I'm sure you can tell I'm very proud of William and this class, and I don't think I will have another one like this. William, I know you will excel at whatever you choose. You will make people's lives easier, better, and more fulfilled, directly or indirectly, regardless of what career path you choose. You are a well-rounded, diligent student and an even better person. I hope you always find yourself surrounded by love and support, just like you have these high school years with us. Realizing you are a senior now is bittersweet for me. I'm happy to see you move on to better things, but it also saddens me that I won't have you or your classmates in my class anymore. Remember your roots and your village. You and I couldn't be nearly as successful as we are without the support of parents like yours or our wonderful faculty and administrators. All of us will be right here, still cheering you on, because this is our village, and our village is beautiful. Thank you.
Congratulations again, William and Mr. Sean, and that was an amazing speech, and I feel like I know you now very well, William. So congratulations, but it sounds like you are just a great all-around person. So our next up, we have Mr. Clint Humphrey from John Millage Academy.
Thank you so much. Thank you for lunch and this great event. It is my privilege to speak very highly of our star student, Miss Jenna Clark. Jenna is very, very active when you try to find where she may be on the stage, she may be on the court, she may be on the track cheering, she may be on the soccer field. She is extremely busy with her extracurricular activities, and she's done so in such a way that she has excelled in those things. She is a part of our girls soccer team, our cross country team in the fall, sideline cheer in the fall, game day cheer in the fall. She'll run track and play soccer for us in the spring. And then, of course, she is a very important part of our literary and one-act play. She wrote or co-wrote one of our one-act plays that we performed last year. So we are very excited for her and her talents. She has won many awards academically. She is a Presidential Service Award winner her 9th and 11th grade year, and is working towards completing that accomplishment again this year. She is an all-region varsity soccer player. She was the Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman. She won the Most Versatile Player Award as a sophomore, and last year was our Offensive Player of the Year. She is an all-region outstanding actress in our one-act play. She is a part of the Literary Duo Region Championship as a sophomore, and the Literary Duo State Championship as a freshman. She has been a part of the head of school and honor roll every year, and so she balances her extracurriculars extremely well with her academics. Jenna, we're very proud of you, and thank you for being a great representative for our school.
Hello, I am so excited to be representing John Milledge Academy as a star student today. This school has prepared me for the future in more ways than one. I have gained many life skills throughout my duration at John Milledge whilst participating in multiple sports and activities. I've had so many great teachers over the years, so I am confident I will face a life of success following graduation. Currently, I'm planning on attending Georgia Tech and majoring in literature, media, and communication. I credit John Milledge and my teachers for getting accepted into such an amazing school. Today, I've chosen one of my favorite teachers, Mrs. Rebecca Brasher, as my star teacher. Ms. Brasher has taught me English and the art of theater over the past 3 years. In such a short amount of time, she has changed my life for the better. She is one of the most well-rounded people I've ever met, so I feel comfortable asking for help or advice on any subject. I'm convinced there's nothing she isn't good at. She is the reason I've won any awards for my writing or acting. I am forever grateful to her for her constant support in everything I do, whether it be my makeshift French accent in our one-act play or entering the competition for creative writing at BetaCon. Mrs. Brasher has influenced me to be the best person I can possibly be in every aspect of my life. I won't lie and say I've enjoyed all the classes she's taught, though. AP Lang was one of my least favorite classes I've ever taken, but I successfully passed the exam due to Miss Brasher being a fabulous teacher and helping me stay motivated. When I first met her, I actually wasn't sure I was going to like her at all because of her attitude towards teaching and the way she really made us work in class. She pushed me to always use full effort, and looking back now, I truly appreciate it. She has changed my outlook in every class I take now, and I will always try my hardest because of her. I adore Mrs. Brasher, and I believe she's an amazing role model who will continue to change many more students' lives throughout her career. I would not be where I am inside the classroom or outside without Mrs. Brasher's guidance. Her support over the years has made me a more confident and motivated individual. Thank you all for honoring me as a star student today, and thank you, Mrs. Brasher, for simply being you.
Gonna move here where I can see. I don't know, it's not a great spot for height. Can we get a stool? Thank you, Jenna. It's very much an honor to be here today. I've had the sincere pleasure of being Jenna's teacher, like she said, for the past 3 years. I really resonated with what you said about some classes just are different than others, and her class is very much that way. They were with me when I first started teaching high school English. I was a music education major and then switched to English after 4 years of music. And so they had me my very first year. So when she talks about my attitude about teaching,
It was all facade. None of it was real because I had no idea what I was doing. So it's been a joy to be both her English teacher and her theater director for the past 3 years. And a lot of that joy has been watching her grow into the young woman that you see here in front of you today. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to revisit some moments from the past 3 years. Her sophomore year, that first year she mentioned, Jenna was in my honors English 10 class and was actively involved in the one act and literary competitions. Of the 19 students in that honors course, Jenna was one of the most diligent students. She was eager to learn and not overly talkative unless, in true sophomoric fashion, I accidentally seated her by a friend. In which case, I rearranged my classroom for the 3rd time that week and changed the seating. However, early on, Jenna set herself apart as a writer and an actress. The next year, Jenna was in my AP Language and Composition course and again in one act and literary competition. In that particular year, she did co-author the one act play with us. And it was very exciting for me and Miss Catherine Smith, who is an elementary faculty at our school, and Jenna to create something together that our whole theater team really just latched onto and enjoyed and performed outstandingly. She gave a marvelous performance as the goddess Aphrodite in that original Love's Poison, but you don't just have to take my word for it. She did win All Region Actress that year. And finally, her senior year has come, and I absolutely procrastinated on this speech because some speeches are hard to write. It'll be strange not to have her in class anymore. So this fall, she not only performed in the one act, but she then turned around and directed a holiday dessert theater performance while also competing in game day cheer and being a top tier full-time honors AP and dual enrollment student. That's exceptional. And that's the word I want to emphasize. Jenna is an exceptional student with exceptional test scores, just like the other young adults being honored today. But she's also an exceptional young woman. Her quiet but driving passion and her humble yet impressive intellect inspire her peers and her teachers. To highlight a few of her recognitions, she was elected to serve as president of the drama club by her peers this year and treasurer of student council. And she was recently voted most likely to become famous by her entire graduate class. A young woman of this caliber in, as our mission statement goes, mind, body, and spirit, is nothing short of exceptional. Jenna, I'm incredibly proud of you. Your future, wherever you go, is incredibly bright, and I'm so grateful to have been part of your high school education. I'm going to miss you, and I'm a better teacher for having you as my student again and again. So thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations again, Jenna and Mr. Brasher. Congratulations again to all of these students. So one thing I heard through all of these everybody's talks is that all these teachers are not just intellectually exceptional, they are good people. And that's what this is all about too, is recognizing how good they are to their friends. They're helping everybody, the decency of it all. So it says a lot when they're intellectually smart and then also well-rounded and good people. So congratulations again to all these amazing students and of course their amazing teachers. They would not be here without all of y'all and of course their families. I think there's 2 with the Clarks and with the Steinfelds who have both had siblings also star students. So that says a lot about the families and everything as well. So the students would not be here without the support of their parents and their families too, and of course the families of their schools. So congratulations again to everybody that's here. It's great to hear from all of y'all. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to have Jennifer come up and we're going to give out the awards and then we will announce the system winner. All right. So when I call your name, because come up and we're just stand here. Melissa's looking at me like she's going over that way. Okay. So yeah, and we'll stand here. Alexander Bakken and then Miss Jessica Thompson. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And then William Steinfeld and Miss Alicia Rochon. Hopefully. Yeah, stay up, yeah. And then Jenna Clark and Miss Rebecca Brasher. All right. All right, well, congratulations first again to all of these amazing students. But this year's system winner is William Steinfeld from GMC. Congratulations. And that concludes our program today. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to our sponsors, Kiwanis Club, the Milledgeville Exchange Club, and the Rotary Club. Also, thank you to Mr. Joel Burns for giving us this speech today. I appreciate all y'all being here. Thank you to the schools, the teachers, everybody, just for being here today. So thank you so much. If I could have the club presidents, the students and teachers, principals, everybody stay up here. We're gonna get some pictures after this, but that concludes the meeting. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.